Have you ever wondered why some people seem to live forever? Like, seriously, you look at these Japanese seniors, 105 years old, smiling, gardening, walking to the market every day, and then you look at the health stats in America, where many people are struggling to make it past 75. What's going on here? How can one group of people live decades longer with more energy and less disease, while another faces heart issues, obesity, and stress at an early age? Today, we're diving deep into 6 shocking reasons why Japanese people live to 105 while many Americans die at 75. And trust me, some of these reasons will totally change the way you see your body, your food, and even your lifestyle. When you look at the Japanese way of eating, it's not just about what they eat, but how they eat. There's this deep sense of mindfulness that surrounds every meal, almost like a quiet ritual that connects them to their food and to the present moment. In Japan, eating is not rushed or distracted. It's slow, deliberate, and respectful. Before they even take the first bite, many say itadakimasu, which means I humbly receive. It's a simple phrase, but it carries meaning. A moment of gratitude for the food, the farmer, the cook, and the earth itself. This mindset immediately changes the way food is experienced. Instead of shoveling food into the mouth while scrolling through a phone or watching TV, meals are eaten with focus and appreciation. Every bite is savored, every flavor noticed, and every portion controlled naturally. There's also this principle called hara hachi bu, which means eat until you're 80% full. It's a cultural cornerstone in Japan, especially in places like Okinawa where many centenarians live. This idea teaches people to listen to their bodies, to stop eating before they feel heavy or stuffed. By doing that, they give their stomach enough space to digest properly, and they avoid the kind of overeating that leads to obesity, diabetes, and heart disease. In contrast, many Western eating habits are based on abundance. Plates piled high, portions oversized, and eating until full becomes the goal instead of balance. But the Japanese way of eating is about harmony. The body feels lighter, digestion is smoother, and energy levels remain steady throughout the day. It's not a restriction, it's a rhythm, a form of self-respect disguised as a simple habit. Their meals are also built around quality, freshness, and balance, rather than heavy seasoning or excess fat. A traditional Japanese meal often looks colorful, featuring grilled fish, steamed rice, tofu, seaweed, seasonal vegetables, and fermented foods like miso or natto. Each of these plays a role in maintaining health. Fish provides omega-3 fatty acids that protect the heart, seaweed adds minerals, tofu offers plant-based protein, and fermented foods nourish the gut with beneficial bacteria. These natural ingredients keep inflammation low and the immune system strong. The Japanese don't count calories or follow trendy diets. Instead, they follow time-tested traditions rooted in nature and moderation. The presentation of food matters too. Meals are served in small portions, often on multiple plates, encouraging variety and slower eating. This method naturally prevents overeating because the brain has time to register fullness while the palate enjoys diverse textures and flavors. Even the act of cooking is treated differently. Meals are often prepared at home, using simple methods like steaming, boiling, or grilling rather than deep frying or smothering in sauces. Food tastes clean, pure, and recognizable. There's an understanding that food should make you feel good, not sluggish or guilty. It's a balance between nourishment and pleasure, between body and mind. And that's the beauty of the Japanese approach. It's not about restriction or control. It's about awareness and respect, both for the food and for oneself. When it comes to movement, the Japanese don't see it as something separate from daily life. They don't rely on gyms, personal trainers, or complex routines to stay fit. Instead, movement is woven naturally into the rhythm of their day. Walking is a way of life, not a chore. Whether it's commuting to work, running errands, or meeting friends, people in Japan walk. A lot. Cities are designed for it, with reliable public transport that still requires walking between stops, clean sidewalks, and safe neighborhoods that encourage being outdoors. You'll see people of all ages, even in their 70s or 80s, walking briskly with purpose. This constant, low-intensity movement keeps their muscles active, joints flexible, and heart strong without ever feeling like formal exercise. It's effortless fitness built into lifestyle. In the mornings, many Japanese people start their day with light stretches known as Ragio Taiso, a kind of radio calisthenics broadcast nationwide. Offices, schools, and community centers participate, moving together in gentle coordination. It's a beautiful reminder that health isn't just personal, it's shared. This daily habit improves circulation, posture, and energy before the workday even begins. Contrast that with how sedentary modern life can be elsewhere, especially in the West, where long hours at desks and commutes by car dominate the day. Sitting for extended periods tightens muscles, weakens the spine, and slows down metabolism. The Japanese, by contrast, stand, move, bend, and walk naturally throughout their routines, keeping their bodies in constant motion without the stress of a structured workout. Another fascinating aspect is how household activities themselves serve as physical exercise. Sweeping, cooking, gardening, and even kneeling on the floor for meals or tea ceremonies engage muscles that sitting in chairs never could. These small, repeated actions contribute to balance and core strength over time. You'll notice that Japanese elders often maintain perfect posture and fluid movement even into their 90s, and that's no coincidence. Their lifestyles promote flexibility through everyday habits, not occasional effort. Gardening, in particular, is common among older adults. It's gentle yet active, involving squatting, lifting, and reaching, all while connecting them to nature. It's both exercise and therapy rolled into one. The beauty of their approach lies in consistency and moderation. They don't push their bodies to exhaustion. They simply keep moving. It's sustainable, and that's the key. While many Americans and others spend hours sitting followed by bursts of intense exercise, the Japanese focus on gentle, constant activity that doesn't strain the body but nourishes it. Even their public spaces encourage movement. Vending machines are scattered along streets, parks are abundant, and walking paths are part of city life. This infrastructure supports health effortlessly. What truly stands out is that they don't associate fitness with punishment or guilt. Movement isn't a task to be checked off. It's part of who they are. It's built into culture, habits, and environment. It's subtle yet powerful, reminding us that the best kind of exercise isn't found in short bursts of effort, but in the steady rhythm of daily living. One of the most powerful and beautiful aspects of Japanese life is the idea of ikigai, a word that means a reason for being. It's that quiet purpose that gives life meaning, that deep sense of why you wake up every morning. For the Japanese, ikigai isn't necessarily tied to wealth, fame, or success. It's about fulfillment, contribution, and balance. It could be anything: a craft, a career, a garden, a grandchild, or a small daily routine that brings joy. What's fascinating is how this simple yet profound concept influences not just mental health but physical longevity as well. Studies have shown that people who have a strong sense of purpose live longer, recover faster from illness, and experience less stress. The Japanese seem to have mastered this mindset effortlessly, building it into their everyday lives without even calling it self-improvement. You see it clearly in the Okinawan people, who have some of the highest numbers of centenarians in the world. When researchers asked them what keeps them going, many answered not with medical advice or diet tips, but with joy and connection. One woman might say her ikigai is tending to her vegetable garden every morning. Another might say it's cooking meals for her grandchildren. And an older man might say it's playing the shamisen, a traditional instrument for his neighbors. These reasons may sound small, but they carry immense emotional weight. Having something or someone to live for gives them structure, hope, and contentment, even in old age. It keeps their minds active, their hearts light, and their bodies engaged. In contrast, in many parts of the world, especially in fast-paced cultures like the United States, people often lose that sense of purpose early. Work becomes about survival, not meaning. Retirement can feel like an ending, rather than a transition into a new chapter. The lack of emotional fulfillment leads to stress, loneliness, and disconnection, all of which slowly drain vitality. The Japanese, however, never truly retire from life. Even after leaving a job, they remain part of their communities, volunteering, joining local clubs, or continuing their crafts. Their days are filled with activity that gives them identity and belonging. They don't chase happiness. They nurture it through purpose and consistency. Another important aspect of ikigai is connection. In Japan, people deeply value community. They prioritize harmony, empathy, and togetherness. Whether it's a neighborhood festival, a morning exercise group, or a shared meal, the sense of belonging keeps spirits high. This emotional support is one of the strongest shields against depression and cognitive decline. When you're surrounded by people who care, you feel secure, and that emotional stability has a direct effect on physical health. Blood pressure drops, immunity strengthens, and life feels worth living. Ikigai isn't about grand ambitions or dramatic change. It's about aligning with what truly matters. It's living with purpose, not pressure. It's doing something small every day that gives you joy and keeps your soul alive. That's why the Japanese live long, not just in years, but in meaning. Stress is one of the silent killers of modern life. But in Japan, people have found simple, natural ways to balance the mind and body so that stress doesn't consume them. Despite living in a country known for its long working hours and fast-paced cities, the Japanese have learned to build calm into their routines. It's not that they have less to worry about. It's that they treat peace as something to be practiced, not something that just happens. One of the most remarkable examples is the tradition of bathing in natural hot springs, known as onsen. These baths, rich in minerals and surrounded by mountains or forests, are more than relaxation. They're a form of healing. People soak quietly, letting the warm water melt away tension while the mind slows down. This ritual isn't just for tourists. It's a cultural therapy passed through generations, reminding people to pause, breathe, and reconnect with themselves. Another beautiful practice is Shinrin-yoku, or forest bathing, which means spending intentional, quiet time in nature. It doesn't require hiking or physical effort. It's simply about being present in a natural setting, breathing deeply, and observing. The soft rustle of leaves, the sound of running water, the feel of sunlight through trees, all these sensory details calm the nervous system and lower stress hormones. Scientific studies have proven that even a short walk in a forest can lower blood pressure, improve focus, and boost immunity. In Japan, doctors actually prescribe forest bathing as a therapy for mental fatigue and anxiety. This deep connection with nature restores balance to the body and mind, creating a rhythm of life that feels grounded instead of rushed. Even the smallest daily rituals are designed to cultivate mindfulness. The Japanese tea ceremony, for instance, isn't about drinking tea quickly. It's about grace, precision, and appreciation of every step. The act of whisking matcha, pouring water, and serving with intention slows time down. It becomes a meditative experience that centers the mind. The same applies to practices like ikebana, the art of flower arrangement, or even cleaning one's home. These simple acts are performed with focus and care, transforming ordinary tasks into moments of clarity and stillness. This is how stress relief is built seamlessly into daily living, without the need for formal meditation sessions or escapes. In contrast, many modern societies treat relaxation as a reward, something to do only after exhaustion. The Japanese treat it as maintenance, something that keeps life flowing smoothly every day. This approach prevents burnout before it begins. Their environments also encourage calm. Minimalist homes, clean public spaces, and quiet neighborhoods reflect an appreciation for simplicity. Even the way they interact socially carries a tone of respect and gentleness that reduces unnecessary conflict. Harmony, or wa, is valued deeply, and it extends from relationships to design and nature. All these elements together form an invisible support system that protects mental health. Instead of chasing peace, they create it through their habits, their surroundings, and their awareness of the present moment. In Japan, aging is seen as a natural, graceful stage of life rather than something to fear or hide. There's a deep cultural respect for elders that shapes the way people think about growing older. Wrinkles, gray hair, and slower steps aren't viewed as signs of decline, but as marks of wisdom and life experience. This mindset has a powerful impact on emotional well-being. When older people feel valued, they remain active and engaged in their communities. They're not isolated or forgotten. They're included in daily life, guiding younger generations and participating in festivals, neighborhood gatherings, and family events. That sense of belonging gives them purpose, which in turn supports their mental and physical health. Loneliness and despair, so common among the elderly in many parts of the world, are far less prevalent in Japanese culture because aging is associated with honor, not loss. The attitude toward rest and recovery also plays a huge role in their longevity. The Japanese understand the importance of sleep and respect it as a pillar of health. They prioritize quality rest, and even small naps during the day, known as inemure, are socially accepted. These naps aren't seen as laziness, but as a sign of dedication to one's responsibilities. People rest to recharge so they can continue contributing. Sleep patterns tend to be regular, with consistent bedtimes and wake-up times that align with natural light cycles. This consistency helps regulate hormones, strengthen immunity, and support mental clarity. Unlike the Western culture that often glorifies busyness and sleeplessness, the Japanese treat rest as an essential part of productivity and longevity. They know that the body cannot perform well without recovery, And this balance between effort and rest keeps them strong well into old age. Their homes and lifestyles are designed in ways that encourage movement and flexibility, which complement this restful mindset. Sitting on the floor, sleeping on futons, and moving through minimalistic spaces require small but constant physical effort. These subtle forms of activity keep their joints and muscles engaged. Combined with good rest and low stress, this creates a balanced physical state that delays the effects of aging. Elders remain independent longer, often performing their own daily tasks with pride. They continue walking, gardening, and socializing because their bodies and minds have been nurtured through a lifetime of balance. Another key part of how they embrace aging is gratitude. Many older Japanese people express daily thankfulness for simple things: the morning sun, a shared meal, the company of family. This gratitude reduces mental strain and keeps the heart peaceful. Studies have shown that a positive outlook can literally extend lifespan by lowering inflammation and promoting better heart health. For them, aging is not a battle but a journey to be embraced with dignity. Their approach to life, rest, and aging teaches the world that longevity isn't about fighting time but flowing with it, maintaining respect for oneself and for the natural process of growing old.